I want to take a second to express my disappointment in some Japanese for disposing of their batteries under benches when we have a perfectly good ocean about 100 feet that way. So, do better. We just finished up in our stay at Heda, hopped in the car and then drove about 20 minutes south, and I realized that I never told the story that I promised to tell at the hotel that we left, but the sushi reminded me of it. A little tofu on top. So last year we came down to Daegori Harbor, we booked a hotel, and as we were walking outside grabbing our stuff, we noticed there was a couple sitting outside at one of the tables drinking a beer with a JDM Automotive t-shirt on. So we sparked up a conversation, and about an hour and a half later, 6 beers in, we became friends, and we ended up traveling for a couple of days after that into Osaka and Kyoto, and then we kind of kept up with them throughout the year. And it turns out Mike runs Tofu Run. Now, some of you guys might have heard of that company. They're on Instagram and other social medias. They do a lot of really cool JDM stickers and apparel and just really awesome artsy, sometimes limited runs. And I thought of them when we first created Overtake and how much I'd love to see some of our items, products, or ideas in a collaboration. So if you're watching this video, Mike, we should work together on something. So from here, we're gonna finish up eating, we're gonna keep driving south, do a big loop around Izu Peninsula, and then back up to Tokyo. We're gonna continue spotting Subarus along the way. One thing I noticed driving on these roads is there's so much to see and everything is so beautiful, you become numb to the scenery. It's incredible. Oh, look, first gen Forester. Oh, we gotta stop. Yes. Okay, I was hoping to find one of these, obviously, since I just bought the green one stateside. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a video link up here. I was just hoping to run into another one, and it's a red one, which is my favorite color, followed by green. It seems to be in much better condition than mine. Why don't we get out since we're parked and just at least walk around it. I didn't want to be too weird if the owner was outside of this. This is something that I've contended with the entire time, is I want to get out and look at the cars and talk about them, but just don't want the owner getting the wrong impression, like I'm trying to mess with it. Really cool car, and kind of wish this one was mine, but I've got another one to come home to. So in any case, we found first gen, take that off the list.
15 minutes later.
On today's episode of Unexpected Things You'll Find in the Japanese Countryside, a wrecked Evo that's been overgrown. It's super weird. I'd love to know the story behind things like this. Obviously, it's a newer car. It's an Evo 10, and it's been here, I don't know, years probably. It's sunken into the dirt, so somebody just abandoned this here. I don't know why they would do that and why they wouldn't reclaim it, fix it. The damage doesn't look all that bad. You think if it got abandoned, the owner of this field would want it out of here, but there it is. Just really weird to see. figured I'd take a second to catch you guys up on where we've been. It's been about 3 or 4 days since I've filmed, and that's because we took the Shinkansen, a train just like that, but much faster, around the south side going west into Kyoto. Spent a day there and then went northwest up into Kanazawa. So it was an area that was pretty small, not very touristy, not a whole lot of cars to see. But really we just spent those couple of days resting, relaxing, and doing a little bit of non-car related stuff, like doing some thrift shopping. I want to show you guys what I found. This awesome Moon Eyes t-shirt from 2000, so 25 years old, but at a thrift shop about 10 bucks. And that's one of the other really fun things about Japan is you get to see all these awesome cars, but the clothing scene is incredible, the culinary scene, obviously, the coffee, which Clarissa is particularly excited about. It's kind of a total package out here. But anyway, now we're back in the big city. We're just north of Tokyo in Saitama. On the way to get our coffee, I noticed in a neighborhood the unmistakable yellow of an FD RX-7.